About the super lateness there, my bad. Should be good here now. We're in the top of the fourth. It's 2-1 Tigers lead. They stranded 2-out double. Caminero, Lau, and Mangum do up. 3-4-5 here in the top of the fourth. Hopefully Montero, if he's still pitching, has a good outing. Sorry again about the super late start here. I was taking care of a few things. Yeah, Bias has a 2-run homer that has us up 2-1. Hopefully the defense and pitching can hold here and get us back to the bats in the bottom of the fourth. Or on Nat, no TV. Sheesh. Called strike 1 to Caminero. Caminero. You guys ever watch The Simpsons where they had that red SUV called the Canyonero? That's what his last name reminds me of. It's 0-1 though. Uh-oh. He flies out, one away. Now up is Lau, Loey. One of the three, one of the four. 2-1, one out. Top four. Make sure we drop some likes to help the stream out and show me that you guys. What's up, Allison? What's up, Gibbs, though? What's up, Jonathan, maybe? Drop some likes, help the stream out. I know I'm late, but I appreciate you if you can help out. Uh-oh. Yep. That'll be a fly out, a little bit of a line out there. I don't know if Riley Green just made a really nice play. Kind of looks like he might have. 2 away. Why he's an all-star. He's unfortunately for Gibbs, Riley Green's a good player. All the shit he's talking about Riley Green, calling him Riley Green underwear, calling him Riley poop. Like, dang, bro. You don't got to be so mean. He's just a guy. Calling him yellow. Like, sheesh. Anyway, 0-1 here to Mangum with 2 away. And Mangum grounds out. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Nice quick inning for Kiter Montero, who is really pitching a good game, it looks like. Bottom 4. Tigers back up. That went pretty quick. Meadows, Sweeney, and Baez here. 7, 8, 9. Bottom of the fourth. 2-1 Tigers. Yeah, real quick inning by Kiter. Even though Gibbs told me that that wasn't going to happen. Gibbs just kept sending me weird messages. Like low key, he's like low key, the Tigers aren't as good as the Rays, and I was like, well, we have a better record. He's like low key, all the players are better on the Rays. I was like, what's up, Mako? I was like, dang, Gibbs, are you like a Rays fan? He's like, nah, I'm just saying. I was like, what? He's just like low key though. I was like, all right. So hopefully we don't beat your team today, Gibbs. I mean, not your team, low key. Just lying about somebody. Either way, Meadows is up, then Sweeney and Baez. Da-na-na-na. Hopefully Meadows gets going. Not much, just a little bit of a late start here, unfortunately, but, you know, we're live when we can get there. Can't always make every single one on time. Life happens. Spam in the old email. Ooh, that should be good. What do we got going down? Bottom of the fourth, it's a 2-1 Tigers lead. Bottom of the order for Detroit due up here. Who the hell's pitching for the Rays? I never really looked. Baz. No, hopefully we get some going. Your canning peaches won't be talking. Oh, fair enough. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Thanks for the like. Hopefully the canning session goes well. Ball 1 to Parker Meadows. Can the shit out them bad boys. What do we got? 1-0. Fouled away. It's 1-1. Hey, we're up to 12 likes. I appreciate that. Good looking out. Everyone helps the stream out. Hey, that'll be a base hit for Parker Meadows. Way to start off the inning with the hit. Here's Trey Sweeney, who had a heroic 3-run homer against the Guardians last night. Real exciting game. I've been watching people play the new college football game today. Oh, did NCAA 26 come out? Or whatever year? Today? I didn't even know it was coming out. No hype bag game. That's not going to get anywhere. That'll be a pop out to 1 away. Runner back to first. Here's Javi Baez. He has a 2-run homer in the game. Maybe he hits a second one. It did. Tigers real contender. It feels like it, Bucks. We're a pretty solid team. You guys are too, though. What are you guys? Where are you guys at? Like a wild card team right now? Just in, just out. Might have early release today. Streamers may have gotten an early copy. Wild card race. Well, hopefully you guys get there. Not at the expense of us, though. We need some revenge for the last time we played. 0-1 to Baez. 0-2. You got one of what today? Bucks. Come on, base hit. Facing Toronto. Yeah, that makes sense. Pre-order a game, got your copy. Oh, you already got your copy because of a pre-order? That's cool. At least they gave it out to people who pre-ordered early. 90 to access it 3 days early, or 60 on the 10 you can play it. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense, Jonathan. Got to pay for that early access. Did we just get doubled off on a really dumb play to get doubled off on? Yeah, we did. What a dumbass base running. Why did he go? Did he think the ball was just going to get down? Was there like a crazy play? At least? Was it like an absurd catch to have been made? Or did Parker Meadows just inexplicably take the fuck off from first base? Caballero, Simpson, and Walls do up here in the top of the 5th of a 2-1 game. Oh, I hate pop out double plays. Tigers big threat to the Astros? Yeah, I'd say so. I don't know about biggest though. We could probably beat them though. Bad base running. Yeah, probably. We're not. We do some dumb shit on the base pass, so I wouldn't be surprised. Like some real, just like wildly stupid stuff where it's just like, yeah, we'll just do that. And there's like no real actual reason to have done it. Who knows? Either way, we're waiting for the top of the 5th here of a game that's moving along pretty nicely. It's been about 10 minutes, and we're already in the top of the 5th. The guy who just tuned in. But reality is it's an hour long and we're in the top of the fifth. So, by the way, if you haven't dropped a like or anything like that, try to help us out with one. We try to get to about 20 likes every stream, though I understand if we don't hit the like goal of 20 this stream. Started real late. Either way, 2-1. Let's see if the Tigers can shut it down, get another quick inning from Mr. Kiter Montero. Montero at just through his 49th pitch. Pitching pretty good. Called a ball, though, to Caballero. Ball 2. 2-0. Come on, Kiter. It might have been a hit and run. Bobby's one of the more dependable hit and run guys. And Caballero flies out, 2-1 away. Here's Simpson. I was going to say to the center fielder, but he flies out, 1 away. Ravens have no excuse. Yeah, I guess not. They should try to win a Super Bowl. We could beat the Astros again. We should be able to. I thought I heard Flaherty was starting today. Did that change? You never know with the Tigers. They'll move starts around and delay a guy, and who knows? I guess they just wanted to start Montero today. That'll get down. That'll be a double. One out double here. Here's Walls with 1 on and 1 away. Need a quick out here. All right, hopefully we can get like another pop out or a short out that doesn't really advance this runner in any way. Then maybe we can get the 9-hitter out too and head to the bottom of the 5th. No harm, no foul on the double. We shall see. Ball 1. Come on, Montero. Gotta get her out. Two-0. Don't like that. Don't like seeing all the balls being thrown. I don't really think anybody really does. 2-0. I guess unless you're rooting for the Rays. Come on, dickless fly out. Runner has to hold because Parker Meadows has a fucking cannon in center field. 2 down now, runner at second. Let's hope we can hold him here, but here's Jensen, a pretty decent batter. Astros defense is good. They have really good pitching too. Yeah, their offense is kind of streaky. If anything, if we are to play Houston again and be able to beat them, it's because their offense is just a bit too streaky. Their pitching is very good. We're gonna have a tough time with them. They play good defense and they score. They're very timely with their hitting, and they can pitch like just about as good as anybody. Tough team. We're very similar to them. Like, we're a very similarly constructed team because AJ Hinch's DNA is still all over the Astros. But it's like a lesser version now, which is why you see like weird offensive woes for the Astros. 1-1. But like the bones of it are all still right there. But like it's a weird thing. It's like the deterioration of AJ Hinch from the Astros has been quite interesting to watch. Because the further from his team that he built with Elias and all them, it becomes they're not. It doesn't seem, but now they're like starting to show the signs of being good again. Oh, did they get him? Hell yeah, we got him. Let's head to the bottom of the 5th. Tiger stranded 1 out double. Great job by Mr. Kiter Montero. Bottom of the 5th. Yeah, that's what I mean. You guys are seemingly coming back now, but it's again, you're finally starting to find your new identity post AJ Hinch, I guess is more what I was trying to say. Because for about, what, 4 or 5 years, you guys kind of just floundered, kind of like in the same kind of like, huh. But your offense is coming along finally a little bit, which has been like the big boon to the season as the offense has woke up a bit. Again, that's a team I don't really want to play, but I think we can beat them playoff wise. What's up, Joel? By the way, I hope we play the Yankees because just that's a hilarious thing that happens in MLB history. Yeah, if you're a Tigers fan, you should not ever be afraid of playing the Yankees in the playoffs. You just go, why does everyone always say they do good in the playoffs? The Yankees suck. It's the funniest. I think it's literally a historic thing. It's like, yeah, as far back as baseball's ever gone, the Tigers just sort of beat the Yankees in the playoffs. Nobody knows why that happens, but it's a very funny outcome. It's almost like what's up, Nathaniel? What's up, Joel? It's almost like the baseball gods like the Tigers more than they like the Yankees. And that's all I have to figure about that. Yeah, historically too. It's like it's not even like a recency bias. It's like, yeah, it's like an all-time thing. The Tigers like never lose playoff series to the Yankees. It's just like, all right. Usually, also, to be fair, the Yankees wind up playing like oddly historically all-time great Tigers teams in the playoffs. And it's just like, oh, well, that sucks. Yeah, it's one of them things, but the Tigers have always done it, Ravens. It's like the '06 Tigers had no business beating the '06 Yankees in the playoffs that when we did. Like genuinely we had no like go look at those two teams. You're watching the game on TV, listening to stream. Hell yeah, Joe, I appreciate it. Like go look at them, the '06 Yankees. Look how good that team was. Go look at what that roster is. Like 2 or 3 years prior, they were like the dynasty Yankees, and they had like a way better team than the Tigers. They also have 4-0 record versus the A's and 6-0 versus the Twins. Yeah, I mean, beating the Twins in the playoffs is not that impressive, to be honest. Keith is down 0-1. It's Keith, Torres, and McKinstry one time again. 1-1 to Keith. Remember 2006 when we were supposed to get crushed? Dude, no, like we weren't even supposed to get crushed. We were supposed to get shitted on. Like the Yankees might have been double-digit run favorites in that game, and like when the series began. It was supposed to be a beatdown. Like, well, the Yankees are going to sweep them, probably outscore them by 12 runs a game. The Twins hadn't won a playoff game since 2004 at one point, man. Nothing about the Twins and beating a team in the playoffs is incredible. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they hadn't won a playoff game since like 2004 prior to like 2 years ago. You don't understand. Like, the Twins are the worst ever playoff team. And they make the playoffs like every year, by the way. Like, it's almost mind-bending how bad the Twins are in the playoffs. It's impossible how bad they are. Like they have like one playoff series win in like 20 years. Hey, there we go. That's a leadoff double by Colt Keith. We love to see it. Maybe we can get this run in. Here's Gleyber Torres. Oh man, the Ordonez home run against the A's. Walk-off 3-run job. Just 3 years after losing 119 games. 117, under whatever it was. It was 119. That is right. Oh, there's a mound visit. They might be pulling their pitcher here. Maglio truly put that team. Well, really, Pudge Rodriguez put that team back because for whatever reason, Pudge signed with the Tigers, and no one. I still haven't quite figured it out. What possessed the best catcher in, like, arguably almost MLB history, the best catcher of a generation, to sign with the dog shit Tigers? Like, we didn't even pay him like that crazy amount of money. He could have gotten the same bag from like any team that wanted him, and then he was like, "I'll go be a Tiger," and it's like, "Oh, thank you, Pudge." And that's why I feel like the Detroit Tigers should fans. I feel like fans in the know hold Pudge to a god tier status because without him, I don't think that Oh, they're not pulling him. I guess they just had a mound meeting. I don't think that rebound happens without Pudge coming to Detroit because nobody else would have came without Pudge being there. Or it would have been a much higher, steeper hill to climb. The Tigers do have some pull, though, with being one of those like historic teams. It's just like, yeah, but like some guys just grow up really idolizing the Tigers. 1-1. Pudge. That's what I figured. Was it 2000? Oh, yeah, 117 games in 2019. 1-2 to Torres on a swing and strike. I said the Tigers were the team to beat in the AL before the season started. Hey, Nathaniel, looks like you might be right. Who knows, though? We got to keep winning games. But we do look like a wagon heading into the second half of the season. And never mind, Torres chases a dog shit pitch for some reason. One away. Took out the Yankees, and Ordonez had to. Yeah, the waiting for fucking St. Louis screwed us. I hate when teams have to wait. It sucks. But the Tigers have also done really well having to wait in the past. Because didn't the 84 team go like 7-1 in the playoffs, just fucking beat up everybody, except the second game of the World Series for some reason? Wild run by that team. From start to finish, one of the greatest seasons in MLB history, the 84 Tigers. I feel like we're about to get one of them years pretty soon. We may even be having one. The parallels are insane between the two teams. 2-0. Like, have you guys looked into some of the eerie similarities between the 84 Tigers and the 25 Tigers? Like, there are a lot of really weird things that are just like, wow, that's just like 1984. That's just like 1984. That's just like 1984. And that'll be called strike. McKinstry was taken all the way. Runner at second, one away. Lewis went out sad. He should have never came back to the White Sox. But I'm glad he did because boy, oh boy, AJ Hinch would have been the White Sox manager if he had not signed, if they had not gotten La Russa. Because AJ was trying to sign with anybody but the Tigers, boy. That's a foul ball. It'll be 2-2 now. He was trying to go anywhere but we were like we're like, come on, AJ, come on home, buddy. And then the White Sox were like, how about you come interview with us? And they're like, fuck it, Tony La Russa. And I was like, yes. Fuck yes. And McKinstry strikes out. Goddamn, dude. We're really going to strand a really nice leadoff double. God damn it. Because Green's in a weird little mini slump unless he can drive one here. 2 down, runner at second. Bottom of the fifth. It's a 2-1 game. Both teams looking like they may strand doubles in the fifth. Unless Riley Green has something to say. He's 0 for 2, so he's due for a hit. Come on, Riley Green. Little base hit here is all we need. Oh, that might be a foul ball. Fouled it off, 0-1. Damn. 104 games. Here, I think we get to 100. Plus 700. Who has, is that like, how good are those odds? Are we like fourth best? 16 likes, that's pretty good. By the way, if you haven't, hey, there we go. Base hit. Cold key scores. Riley P. Green comes through. My team's MVP. My GOAT. Clutch situation. Riley Green drives in the run. It's 3-1 Tigers. By the way, if you haven't dropped a like yet, consider doing so. It does help out the stream. Helps us get a win. Helps us beat the Rays. Without likes, we lose. You want them to win? Third best odds? That's pretty good. Dodgers, Yankees, Tigers? Or is it Dodgers, Astros, Tigers? One on, 2 out. Let's see what Torkelson does. It looks like he doubled in his last AB. 3-1. And he flew out. Well, it was a deep-ass fly out. May have even been a home run robbery. Who knows? Top of the 6. Fucking Yandy Diaz. Aranda. And Caminero. God, I hate all 3 of these guys. Diaz, Aranda, and Caminero due up here in the top of the sixth. 3-1 Detroit. Dodgers, Yankees, Tigers. Okay. Yankees will turn around, but will it be in time is the question. Maybe. I'm sure, yeah, again, like you said, they will turn it around, but it's like, is it going to be enough? Sadly, we all know it's a no. And the New York Yankees will fall to the Tigers in the playoffs. I hate who? Oh, these guys? Because they always hit the ball. And I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. It's ignorant. Da-na-na-na. 3-0 Brewers over the Dodgers. Okay. Look at the Brewers. Look at the Dodgers, man. Sheesh. Can't wait till Rays sell. Yeah, you guys do. Just the Rays would probably be a good team with a new owner, but the only thing scary about that is the team might move out of Tampa Bay if that happens, because that shit ain't worth any money staying there. The Yankees will be buying. Oh yeah, Yankees will be trying to pick people up. They're a buy team, like a buying team. The Yankees have never won a World Series a year that's ended in a 4 or 5 fun quirk. That is a kind of a weird stat because they have 27, so you think something weird would have happened. One, 1-2. You staying in Tampa? Maybe. Just a new renovation to drop. Well, I think they're supposed to be building a new stadium in St. Pete or something like that, or somewhere around there. Yeah, his pitches have been pretty solid today. Joel. Sinker looks good. 2-2. And they get Diaz swinging, 1 away. Nice job by Montero. Not an easy thing to pull off. I just hope Boston doesn't make it no matter what. Everyone hates them unless we are playing the Dodgers or the Astros. Oh yeah, I was gonna say you're a Yankees fan. You probably really hate the Dodgers, so or the Red Sox. I think everybody hates most of the AL East. Um, I think a lot of people are kind of indifferent to the Red Sox. To be fair, I don't think they get the same kind of scorn as the other Boston teams. I don't think people like them. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think most people have a real problem with the Red Sox. 2-1. Most people feel sorry for the Rays. That's not meant to be a thing of disrespect. 2-1 to Aranda. Yeah, but divisions always hate each other. That's not the best gauge. And that'll be a fly out, 2 away. Nice job by Parker Meadows to get back there and make a nice catch. Here's Caminero with 2 down. Way to handle the top of the lineup so far. Let's see if we can get through the third dangerous hitter in a row. Dun, 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 dun. You don't like the Phillies and the Mets? Makes sense, especially the Mets. You guys need a new owner. The Rays owner is really cheap. If they were to spend money, they'd be an actual good team. If they were to conduct a stadium, they'd be a good team. It's shocking that Florida doesn't have a good baseball team because all the owners are cheap. Like you don't have fucking like baseball's. You should be able to build a monstrous team like they did in the NHL. Like why don't all the Florida teams always win? They don't have salary tax, and it's a great place to live, or like income tax. You know what I mean? It's like how the hell aren't you guys dominating sports? Um, it's like the easiest place to own a sports team would be Florida because like you could just sign guys because like hey, you could go play for them, or you could move here where we don't have income tax. That's what's fueled the Lightning and the Panthers fucking World Stanley Cup runs. Like that is the one thing doing it. To the point where like I think the NHL is trying to explore a way of getting away from that because it's such a wild competitive and uncompetitive advantage because of the same thing. Like the like Florida teams should dominate and states without income tax should dominate the leagues. I do think that there should be a provision put in the sports. Like I don't know how you do that, but like there has to be something done because that's such a crazy disadvantage for a team that just kind of is in a place with a high. Because like what's the incentive of staying there or like doing any? You know what I mean? It kind of starts fucking things up. Like Florida's just gonna sit there and or Texas eventually without state income. Yeah, but they should be winning championships more often. Like the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 24 years, man. They might not have even been to the playoffs in 24 years. Yeah, those are like that. Like those states should be a lot better at sports than what they are. How many likes we got? Yeah, we're at 19. We're one away from the like goal, everybody. That's pretty good. Paj is right. Called strike one to Dingler. By the way, it's Dingler, Meadows, and Sweeney here in the bottom of the sixth. Texas is actually kind of shitty right now. I don't know what's going on. 1-1. Texas has its own other problems, though. Outside of sports. 1-1. 2-1. 3-1 to Dingler. If only Governor Hot Wheels would have did something to prevent all that flooding down there. If only he would have personally stopped the water. Did more to prevent water rising. And Dylan Dingler walks. No, it's as crazy as that sounds. That's exactly what people said about Governor Newsom out in California. They're like, Governor Newsom should have personally stopped them fires. This is like, what? They should have did more of this and this to prevent something that happens every single year. I don't know. It's kind of a fucking forest fire. Pretty regular thing in California. That one got a little out of control almost. Oh, they're going to get him out at first, but the runner gets to second, it looks like. So runner to second now with one away. Meadows basically just kind of bunts. Oh, no, they got both of them out. Damn. Oh, never mind. Meadows is safe at first. I'm going to say, did they really double up Parker? That's pretty slow moving. Anyway, here's Sweeney now with one away and a runner at first. Oh, the Rangers? Yeah, that was a one and done. Yeah, they got a World Series, though. I'd love for the Tigers to win a World Series. I'd be like, fuck yeah, dude. I don't even care if we suck next year. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get some soda pop. By the way, it's 0-1. Damn, I don't know what Sweeney was swinging at. We're still set from a couple. Oh, you got, yeah, I mean, you guys almost, what did you guys play in at least one World Series? Maybe two? Excuse me. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Got a little burpy. Mm. 1-2. You know what really sucks? If the Dodgers win the World Series this year, they're a dynasty. Isn't that crazy? That would be 3-5. 2-2. Runner steals on the ball. Meadows to second base now with just one away. Now base hit could score the speedy Meadows. Brewers scored 5 in the first. Sheesh. Yeah, you guys should have got him because now if the Dodgers win the World Series, they're a fucking they're a dynasty. Dodgers are just bad since July 4th. It's a funny narrative. It's been 3 days. If that were winning it all. Yeah, well, I mean, that's true, Mako, but the normies don't know that yet. Normies still think it's going to be the Dodgers versus the Guardians. Here's Baez now with 2 away. Runner at second, though. Maybe they can pick him up. Little base hit's all we need to get a run in. Last time these two were up together, they got doubled off because Baez popped out and Meadows took off from first on a hit and run. Now there's 2 away, so it don't really matter. Only Baez can get out in the, well, technically. Either way, 1-0. You're not worried about the Yankees' long-term future. Once the Dodgers 29 years to make a World Series when that's true. Fair enough. I mean, as long as you can get back there every so often, it's not a big deal. You got us at plus 1100. Nice. No, we need a couple more runs. 1-1 for Baez. Here we go, Javi. Here we go. Clap, clap. Here we go, Baez. Please hit the ball. Damn, he did hit it, but it was right to somebody. And we will head to the top half of the 7th inning. Top of the 7th coming on up. I think the Giants had a longer. Yeah, there have been long droughts. I don't know. I don't know every team's longest drought, though. Lowe, Mangum, and Caballero. One of the Laos, maybe Lowe, maybe Lowe. Don't know. But it's Lowe, Mangum, or Caballero. Top 7, 3-1. Yeah, just it's almost 2 hours and we're at 7. You know, we're still about an hour and a half. Real good pace. There's a low it. There's a T in the name. Or do you mean Lowy? All right. Top 7. Tyler Holton will come into pitch. So great job by Kiter Montero, who goes 6 innings, gives up just 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 run allowed, 1 walk, 4 Ks. Really phenomenal start for the guy. And Tyler Holton will take over in relief against Lowy, Mangum, and Caballero. Rays could be buyers. That would make sense. They have a pretty good record. No reason to throw the towel in on the season if you're the Rays. By the way, if you haven't dropped a like yet on the stream, consider doing so. It does help us out a ton. Gets more people in here. Helps us out. Thank you. I think he was at like 70 some odd pitches, so it's probably time to take him out. Some lefties, so. Plus, you can go Holton, Canely, Vest here because none of them pitched yesterday. I don't think, right? We didn't use a single one of those 2 guys, so. You're cheating watching my ticket at a 4-leg parlay, 720. Nice. Boston's up 3-1. That's good. And Lowy grounds out 1 away. Nice job. And that'll be a 1-pitch ground out by Mangum. 1 out. Or 2 down now. Here's Caballero. I think we have the old Ty Holton back. We'll see, though. Who knows? I'm just going to say Lau. Who cares? Top 7. Or I'll just pull up a stream one time when he's about a bat. I don't know. It's not that difficult. One, two. I'm debating. Oh, cheating. I already read all that. Yeah. 1-2 here on Caballero. And we will be heading to the bottom of the 7th. 7th inning stretch coming up here in Detroit. Quick inning for Tyler Holton as we head to the bottom of the 7th. I'm getting breaking news. Tyler Holton may be back. Anyway, already bottom of the 7th. About an hour and 35 minutes into the game. Yeah, ball's just being hit right at guys. We've only struck out 4 people. They're just hitting the ball right to people tonight. Bottom of the 7th, though, Keith, Torres, McKinstry. Top of the lineup for Detroit. Paul Gervais is in to pitch now. Paul Gervais, one of the two, will pitch for Shane Baz. So, will be a right-handed pitcher coming in for Tampa Bay. Bum 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 bum. The Imperial March, you know. You guys ever heard that song before? I made it up. I wrote it one time. Good time. Hopefully everything's all good. Here's Colt Keith leading off the inning. 3-1 Tigers here in the bottom of the 7th. Top for everyone who bets football, use Navy in the first 6 weeks. Okay. Oh, tip. Okay. Got chicken on the grill right back. I'll be right back. Okay, Mako. Make sure don't burn your chicken. 0-1 here too, Keith, on a called strike. Yeah, Montero really put out a good one. 6 innings, just the 4 hits, the 1 earned run, the 4 Ks, a walk. Really good night. We actually really could have used a really strong night like that again from our starter. Because then it kind of just sets up the Holton Canely Vest kind of ending to the game. Holton came in, had a phenomenal. He's been very good his last 3 or 4 outings now. Tyler has been. You know what it is? The control is back. It seems like he knows where the baseball's going when it leaves his hand again. Finally, which means that he's figured out his mechanics again, which is really good. Because again, he knew I was wrong. He said he couldn't repeat his good mechanics. It's already, it's like 8:20 already. It's kind of gone slow for me personally. I don't know. Time moves slow for me. 1-2. I may be, that's a home run. Hell yeah, Keith bomb. Nobody saw that coming. I didn't even think that was possible. Colt Keith has his 7th homer of the year, giving the Tigers a nice little cushion here of 3 runs now. 4-1, Tigers lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Nobody out, now up. Gleyber Torres, all-star. But yeah, Colt Keith with a Keith bomb. A rare home run. His 7th of the year. He hasn't had a ton of pop this year, but, he's been pretty good at the plate. Especially lately, his average probably the last fucking 2 months has probably been, or last month, it's probably been surreal. Colt Keith has grown on me so much as an offensive talent. I just don't know about the defense. Yeah, I mean, I think if he played at a smaller stadium, he'd probably be a 20-year guy, which is why I think he's going to wind up leaving at the end of his contract. And he'll probably hit a lot more home runs. Unless he gets over that, wanting to hit a ton of home runs and just wants to play here. I don't really see that as the reality. I genuinely think he wants to go play at a smaller stadium. I think he's going to wind up with the Reds or the Guardians long term, personally. I think he really likes Ohio teams. I think he grew up a Cleveland Guardians fan. And I don't even mean that to like say like, oh, he's a Guardians guy, but like I think he's like legitimately was a Guardians fan growing up. He's from Ohio, so he probably likes one of them. Oh, did we just hit another one? Hell yeah, back to back. Oh no, never mind. Torres got out. Tigers hit the McKinstry hits his 7th of the year. 2 homers in the inning for the Tigers. They're teeing off on Gervais. Keith Torres gets out. McKinstry hit home runs. Hell yeah, dude. Zach McKinstry does it again. Don't know why he's not an all-star. Genuinely not sure why the fuck he's not an all. If somebody gets hurt, he has to be one of like the first picks for a reserve replacement. It's like, why the hell is Jazz Chisholm going over Zach McKinstry? Like a slightly better slugging percentage. One sec, Joel. Usually for a player like McKinstry, that doesn't matter. It's really weird that the league is like not paying attention to McKinstry. Usually baseball really likes players like Zach McKinstry to kind of get highlighted at an all-star game. It's surprising the MLB didn't kind of lean on the AL manager to put McKinstry in the lineup or to put McKinstry on the team. Like if you were to think back to like 2006 or 7, like it would have been a very similar thing to when Brandon Inge made the All-Star game. Like guys, when they have a breakout season like the way McKinstry has been, they deserve to be rewarded for that season. Does the AL get like a free representative like Clayton Kershaw? Like I know Kershaw is going, but are they giving one to the American League too? 3-1 to Riley Green here. You see that CMU legend, Zach McKinstry, pride and joy of CMU. Because I know Kershaw gets to be an all-star for like a special like all-star, like a manager or like the commissioner pick, which is like, you know, that new thing they added in where the commissioner can select guys to just go. And they're kind of honoring Kershaw for his 3,000 strikeout, so I think he's retiring at the end of the season, if I'm not mistaken. By the way, you guys want to know a fun fact? Riley Green strikes out. 2 away. You guys want to know a fun fact about Clayton Kershaw? Did you know that Clayton Kershaw and Matt Stafford are best friends from high school? Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. Well, Torque literally might be pitching like the day before the All-Star game against Seattle, so I'm not really sure if he's going to be available, actually. 1-1 or 0-1 to Torque here. Called strike 2. He just took both of them. I feel like if you just swing against this guy, you get a pretty good hit. Per Keith and McKinstry. Torque bomb would be out. He struck out. He just stood there and took 3 strikes. Not really sure what he was looking for, but the Tigers do homer twice thanks to Colt Keith and Zach McKinstry. Tigers go up by 2 more, making it a 5-1 lead as we enter the top of the 8th. I'm guessing, they might keep Tyler Holton out there now. It's not really a save situation, so no really reason to burn the back of your bullpen tonight. Kershaw was an offensive lineman protecting Stafford. And I believe Matt Stafford was a baseball catcher. I think I'm wrong about that. I think he was also a pitcher. Make more sense if he was also a pitcher. I'll be right back, everybody. I'm going to go rip a dart a few times. Yeah, we'll see, Jonathan. It kind of depends on what the team looks like, if there's a spot for him. I mean, leaving Holton in isn't a bad idea, especially in a fucking 4-run lead. I'll be right back. Oh, Hannah. Oh, boy. This is like the worst option. I'll be right back. I'm going to go rip a dart. Ah, damn it. That's a base hit. That's not good. Leadoff single. Let's hope for a double play or something. Kind of going to be hard with walls up. Still not sure why you bring Hannafy in a game that you probably want to win. I guess you do got the other guys, though, but it's like, why let it get close? Oh, never mind. There's one out, fly out. Runner has to go back to first. One away for the catcher, Jensen. Let's hope for a ground ball, maybe turn 2. Let's hope anyway. We could use it. Don't really want to deal with Diaz with anyone on. Or Aranda, for that matter. Fuck that. All right, Hannafy, let's get some outs, bud. By the way, it's 0-1. Oh, 2. All right, 0-2. Fouled away, it'll remain 0-2. We'll get another 0-2. I think Tyler Holton in the top of the night. Well, Tyler Holton pitched in the top of the 7th, so he can't pitch again, Allison. He's out for the game. Most likely, I don't know. Kind of depends on what the score might be. Hannafy may just pitch the 9th too, but I don't know. Kind of literally depends on how things play out here. One out, runner up, ball 1. One out, runner at first, 1-2 count. I'll read that in 1 second, Paj. Oh, being 30 games over 500. That'd be pretty crazy. That would require quite a long winning streak. 2-2. And we kind of play weird where we'll lose a couple and then win like 4. And it's a weird team. I don't know if they could ever, because again, we don't like go on losing streaks either. It's like a really odd team that will win like 3, lose 2, win 4, lose 1, win 2. A very odd little team that kind of streaks out on certain things. And our longest losing streaks have been just like 3 games at a time. I think we're still the only team in baseball that hasn't lost 5 in a row at any point this year. Which is a pretty fucking wild thing to be in July. Bodes well for by the way, that bodes so well for a playoff run. The fact that we haven't lost 4 in a row. And like, oh, we strike out Jensen. Like, think about what a playoff series is. Just really start, like, we're gonna be so hard to play in a 5-7 game set because again, we just don't lose many games in a row. Oh, dude, the 1984 season is one of the greatest singular teams in MLB history, and then they all left because they all wanted to get paid. And the Tigers were like, "Yeah, we're not paying all these fucking dudes," and then the team was gone. Everyone's like, why didn't the team win more? It's kind of like the 85 Bears. It's like, yeah, it's actually very similar to that, except the Tigers just didn't pay them. They could have just kept winning if they'd have kept that team together, but everybody left for more money. Because prior to Illich, we had a pretty fucking cheap-ass ownership. $1984 was kind of like a Moneyball team, too, if you look into it a bit. It wasn't, like, composed of the greatest stars of the game. It was a lot of guys having, like, very odd career years. Like a lot of 1984 was like dudes who were really bad for 2 or 3 years showing up to Detroit, having like the best year of their life, and then going and signing massive contracts with new teams afterward. Like I think their best relievers all left. Like Hernandez, I believe, was one of them, and he was immediately gone, like for a monster money from India. It was a very interesting team. Yeah, the 1983 thing was really big too. Yeah, the way that like they had something to prove with Sparky and everybody. Hey, there we go. Great job by the Tigers. Great job by Hannafy. They get the out of Diaz. That's always tricky. We'll head to the bottom of the eighth. Hopefully, this is the last time Tigers bat tonight. Dingler, Meadows, and Sweeney. Yeah, they could have been a dynasty in the 80s if they had paid that team. But again, a lot of it was also like predicated again, like I said, like I don't know if it was like a replicable thing because I don't think a lot of those guys ever played as good as they did in 1984. Like I think a long like like I don't think any of them ever played that good again. Like that was also a big problem for that team is like the guys like some of those guys just had like monster like miracle years. Like they were always like middle of the road players that just somehow Detroit got a whole bunch of guys together that all had like their biggest year, or it was a bunch of young guys that were about to be like free agents or at the very end of the contracts, maybe a year or two left, and they broke out. It's just like, yeah, and they broke out as like Jack Morris becoming like a mega star, like becoming one of the best pitchers in baseball. Certainly helped. I think Petrie was also like the Tigers are so similar to this 1984 team. It's crazy. Hopefully, we don't let Scuball leave like we did with Morris, though. It is funny how quickly the Tigers seem to jump from like legendary style pitcher in their franchise history. For one team in 40 years to say they produced Jack Morris, Justin Verlander, and Tarek Skubal, that's actually wildly impressive in my opinion. Because you can honestly say that you produced the best right-hander of a generation in Verlander, and then arguably you might have produced the best left-handed pitcher of a generation in Skubal. Do you remember it all? Yeah, I would have, yeah, dude, that was probably the greatest thing ever. I wish I could have seen the Tigers win a World Series. I would have been 13 in 2006 when they won the World Series. Do you know how cool that would have been to be a teenager and have that was my summer. Was the summer I turned 13 was the Roar Restore summer of 2006. I'll never forget that summer, dude. That was a great fucking year. I was 13 when that shit happened. I got my first kiss that summer at a Tigers game. Like I'll never forget that shit. I remember the girl I was with and everything. We'd won a game. We'd walked it off, I think, and I was just like, oh, I got like 4 minutes till her parents get to the car. And I just did it, dude. I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna just do it. You know how cool I felt? I felt like the fucking coolest kid in the world that day. I was like, dude, this fucking what a night. What a good time that was. No, I've had way better nights than that since then, but it was pretty cool up to that point. Yeah, I was a top one. But see, the problem was I'd hit a grand slam earlier that summer too. Dude, the summer I turned 13, I don't think anyone had a better summer than I did. I hit my first grand slam. I started pitching really good that summer. I became a fucking baller when I turned 13. Everything when it was uphill for old Rob, I was like, I can't wait to keep getting older. Like that's all I can think about. I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I can't wait to keep getting older. My life is better and better and better. Uh, yeah, 13 that was a good summer for me. It was one of my best hitting summers of my life. I also made one of the craziest plays you'll ever see at third base. Like somebody smoked the ball down the line. And by the way, so I didn't really play third base. I was on the bench because it was my turn to take a break. And like the third baseman had to go drop a shit. So I was subbed in to go play third base. This is the first time I've ever played third. I'd only watched Brandon Inch play it on TV, but I was like, all right, I'm like a utility guy. I can do this. So like the ball gets smoked down the line. My mind blanks out, and somehow my body like automatically runs toward the ball. I do like I backhand it like the like you see like a real guy do, like a real full third baseman. I backhand that bitch clean as a motherfucker. I put it in my hand and I sidearm whip that shit as hard as I could over to first. I got the kid by this much. Like a fucking millistep, to the point where the other manager came out and started yelling, and you could hear the ump. Dude, I'm calling that out every time. That's a crazy play. The fact that that was close, he's out, dude. We got to like you could hear him almost say, "You got to reward a play like that, dude." And like everybody's mouths were like open because they're like, again, they'd all watch me play baseball. No one had ever seen me do anything but outfield stuff, and I just made probably one of the craziest looking plays for a little leaguer. And I was just like, "Yeah, I'm a good third baseman." And you know what happened on the very next play? Someone like barely hit the ball to third base. I run up to go charge it. I grab it, and the ball just flew right out of my hand. I was barehanding that shit. I was like, dude, I'm so fucking good. And then my cocky ass just kind of fucks it all up. There's an injury time out here. Who got hurt? That was my sophomore year. We won the state championship in high school. That's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet to win a state championship. That would be a good summer growing up. That backhand was my greatest defensive play of my life. But just stuck in the net. Oh, I hope he's all right. Yeah, I literally like all my third baseman skills came from watching Brandon Inge play baseball, and I'm like, damn, he was so good. I just watched him play and knew how to do that. No, the reality was I was actually pretty good at fielding the ball. As long as my eyes actually picked it up, because I have really bad vision, I could field. I played every position in baseball, literally every single position. I was terrible at shortstop and second base. I just don't have the speed for that. But third base I was good at. First base I was good at, even though I was a little short. Catcher I was extremely good at catching. I was a very, very, very good right fielder. Not fast enough to play center, and I was good at left field. I could play every position very, very adequately too. 2-2. My best positions were right field, catcher, and then probably left field, and then I'd say then third, probably, then first, then second, then short, then center field. I'm just not fast enough to play shortstop and center field. That's the biggest issue. Like fielding the ball isn't the issue. It's just I'm not like physically fast enough to do it. 2-2 to Meadows. But like positionally, I'm perfect at like I could play the positions perfectly. They're not none of the positions are that difficult for me to play. It's just first base, I'm also just not that tall and I don't stretch out very good. Because I got a fucking when I was growing up, for some reason I would pull my groin. And again, I told you, have I ever explained to you how crazy injury prone I was also, which is part of the reason why I could never be an athlete. I always get hurt. Literally, by the way, I'm the most injury prone person, especially when I was growing up. I think it has something to do with the fact that like at 12, I grew like 7 inches in one summer to go from like 5'1", 5'2" to 5'9", where I'm at right now, 5'10". I haven't grown since then, but I grew all of it at once. Like one summer, within a month and a half, I was that much taller. It was to the point where everybody was kind of worried, including my like pediatrician. He was like, yeah, I don't think it's good that he's growing like that. Hopefully he kind of stops. And then, yeah, I have terrible damage in my body from that growing like that. My ligaments are all fucked up because of it. Uh, like my knees hurt for about 4 straight years. From 12 to 16, I had terrible knee pain. If I ever got hit weird or touched funny, I just was like, oh, don't do that. And I don't know what that was. I don't know why I hurt like that. But I grew way too fast. And then I just stopped growing. Very odd. Well, I broke my back. That's probably why I stopped growing. But anyone else grow like that? Literally just like 1 month between I went from very short to the tallest kid in school in one summer. Do you know how cool that was? Or like one of the taller kids in school. Not there was a couple 6-footers already. But I was on the basketball team. Believe it or not. The 1 year I could play basketball. That's a walk for Trey Sweeney. I was a starter. I scored 1 basket all year. And I always started. You know what kind of defensive numbers I was putting up in that fucking seventh grade basketball team? I was swatting every shot people were taking. I think I averaged, I think it was nearly a triple double a game. I was getting, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 blocks a game. I was getting, oh God, anywhere from 15 to 20 rebounds a game. About 50, the same number of rebounds I would get in assists because I would just take the ball up court and pass it for a basket. Because I was like, I'm never shooting it until. Do you know how bad I was at shooting? The last game of the season, I had not yet made a basket. They fucking they like retarded me out, and they were like, "We're gonna let Rob score a basket," and the other team let me score. I was like, guys, I'm like a very good player. Don't do this to me. I was like, somebody just get the ball, and then I start throwing it off the backboard. They're like, Rob, just score. I'm like, nope, I'm not taking the free shot. And then eventually it accidentally went in. I'm like, God damn it. And everyone's like, yeah. I'm like, guys, I'm a defensive leader in this league. I think I set a school record for rebounds and blocks in one season. Don't you dare treat me like the special ed kid. And they still did. I hated that shit more than anything in my life. They're like, no, you have to score a basket. Aranda, Caminero, and Lau. No, I don't. You know how embarrassing that was? Like, genuinely embarrassing. It was like, oh, guys, come on. Literally, I'm a starter. I don't need to score baskets. I don't care about that. I'm just here to mash the ball down in people's face and get the ball back. He's playing shortstop, had a ground ball, go up the middle to charge it, took nasty hop last second. Oh boy, got it with your instincts kicked in and saved you. Hell yeah, Jonathan. Inge, Monroe, Tynes, 7, 8, 9 hitters all had over 20. Yep. Craig Monroe also had a series of some of the most clutch home runs I've ever seen in my life in 2006. I heard someone just signed a 5-year, $287 million in basketball. Yeah, you're 5'7" at 12. Yeah, that's what happens. I think when you break your back, that's it for growing. I think it just decide. I think the fate just goes, yeah, and that's your height. By the way, if you guys haven't dropped a like yet, consider doing so as we're about to wrap up the stream. Hopefully, this is the last inning. Top of the ninth coming up. Aranda, Caminero, and Lau. 2-3-4. Kind of a quick game here. About 2 hours, 7 minutes right now. I should be on time for tomorrow's game, by the way. I don't foresee anything kind of like holding it back and me being like super duper late. I don't know, but it was a marquee play, but I'd assume. Oh, maybe. Will Vest is in? Hell yeah. Theme my vest. Here's my vest. What's up, Joe? How's it going? Nice to see you back. The opposing team morale. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. This is not the same Rays team we just played. Oh, one here. You know what's annoying is like my spell check will correct things I don't want it to correct and change words I don't want it to, but it won't fucking change incorrections, like incorrect spelling. So it'll just be like GERE. I guess that's what you wanted to spell is gear. It's like since when? Since that's not a word. It just highlights and it goes that's incorrect. It's like yeah, no shit. Change it to fucking here, you idiot. Anyway, Aranda strikes out one away. Our pitching's been real good again. Yeah, just did it again. Like what the fuck? I had to type 3 and it was like, these? Are you trying to say these? No. I had to type these if I wanted that word. One away for Caminero. Ball 1. And Caminero grounds out 2 away. What happened? What is this? The Rays just are just kind of not the same Rays we just played, it feels like. Yeah, I just changed our win to outwin. It was like, what the fuck? It's like, what? Oh my God, I hate when people start texting. One here on Lowy, however you say his name. Either way, it's a 2-1 count. Oh, okay, never mind. Hold on. My stream just stopped the chat for whatever reason. Let's see. Let's go. Laveste, he is super reliable. Sorry about that, by the way. 2-1, 2 gone, 1 to go. Yep, sorry, my chat just froze. Our pitching is textbook. Yeah, it's been really good lately. Since Cleveland again. They got their shit together after the Nationals beat the fuck out of us for no reason. That was a weird series the Nationals won. Are they really? We haven't blown a game in the 9th inning all year? Really? I know we've blown games in the 8th because of Canely. I guess you can still win a game and blow it. Figuratively, you know what I mean? You can still win a game and collect a blown win in a stat. What do you think of Dylan Lee of Atlanta? Like the player? I don't think Atlanta is going to be trading anybody at the deadline. So I don't know, nothing, I guess. I don't even know who that is, if I'm being honest. So nothing. Not trying to be rude, John. I just have never heard of the player, so I don't know. I don't think Atlanta's trading anybody though. 3-2. They're like a borderline playoff team right now, if I'm not mistaken, unless they collapsed again. And that'll be a 1-out or 2-out walk. Boo. Here's Mangum now. Hopefully we get him now. "5-1 Tigers lead here in the top of the 9th. They're trying to shut this down to get to their 58th win of the season. They're slumping. They've lost 2 series in a row at least. Oh, the Rays are, Nathaniel? Makes sense. 1-0. Damn, come on, Vest. Shut this shit down, me boy. Swing and strike 1. Sponge, me boy. We need the outs, me boy. Me, me, he, me, nine, me, your. Swing and strike 2. It's 1 deuce. I'll look into him though, Jonathan. I'll see if he's one of the guys. I mean, I guess Atlanta could trade some people if you go and ask them. It's just that they might be in a playoff chase, you know. I don't know if they're going to be in the mood to trade people. They've also said they're not really looking to sell, I believe. Again, 39 and 50 isn't necessary. Again, if they have a good next, I don't know, if they have a good 2 weeks before the deadline, you know. But I don't know. I guess maybe he is available. I mean, you just made a good point. That's not a great record. The lefty too. I mean, maybe look into him. I'll look into him. See what's going on. Hey, there we go. We get a fly out there. GG to the Rays fans. GG to Tampa Bay. Tigers will go to 58 and 34. Rays fall to 49 and 42. Tigers. Orioles and Red Sox. Yeah, Red Sox will probably sell. Orioles are interesting. They probably will. Yeah, we're now 2 wins away from 60 before the All-Star break. What a run to the All-Star break. Do I remember what? I don't know. Maybe, I guess. I don't know, Joe. You keep saying that, man. Sure, dude. We all remember, I guess. Tigers had a good game with homers by Baez, by Keith, and by McKinstry. Doubles by Dingler and Keith and Torkelson. Good game for all involved. Once again, the pitchers were really great. Montero really kind of just came out and dominated. 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 run allowed, 1 earned run, one walk, and 4 Ks. Holton came out and pitched a great inning. Hannafy had a great inning, and so did Vest. Not really a surprise on 2 of them. Yeah, really a great game by the Tigers overall. Dominated. See you later, Mackenzie. Okay. Nice to see the offense play good again after a couple tough games against Cleveland. We didn't have to score a million runs. See you later, Joe. It was nice seeing you, buddy. Yeah, Max, it looks like we may actually have figured out our little problem. Our pitching's, I don't know, Max, maybe your offense wasn't even that bad either. Well, we did it again to another team tonight. 2 wins away. We didn't hit 60 wins till fucking August last year. Isn't that crazy? I just realized the Guardians have the second best starter ERA in the AL since June 1st, and we are 9-24. I was gonna say you guys are pitching really good in Cleveland right now. It's just the hitting isn't just there. You guys are really tough to hit against because we looked way better against the Rays. Holy shit, that was night and day. And I still can't believe we actually got to Cade Smith. It finally happened, Max. We finally fucking figured out how to hit a fastball right down the middle of the plate. I couldn't believe it either. I was like, damn. You know what's actually really funny, Max? He wasn't throwing it right down the middle. He was like trying to like weirdly locate it against us, and that's like the worst thing you could do against Detroit. They'll hit everything that isn't right down the middle. He literally wasn't throwing it right down the middle, and we were smoking his ass finally. Yeah, Jonathan, that's why I'm really happy we actually got a hold of Cade Smith. We've literally never hit him before, and we finally got him. Have a good night, Allison. I appreciate you watching. Yeah, the Tigers still are they're quite a good team. It's gonna be a fun second half of the year coming up. Hopefully July remains good for us. We've had a good month of July so far. We're smoking everybody. Well, we're winning games anyway. We have 4 wins in a row here now. Wait, 5, right? No, wait, right? Yeah, because we almost. No. What happened? Did we lose the finale against Washington? We did. Damn. So we've won 4 in a row. We're off to a pretty good run here. We could hit 5 in a row. Lost 2 in a row, win 5 to cooperate. I think so, Mako. We're 2 wins away now. I knew Detroit could be good, but wasn't sure if they could do what they did late last season for a whole. Yeah, I didn't think so either, Max. I didn't know if the way that they've played since the start of the year has basically sustained. It's like, oh, this is just what the Tigers are. This is kind of their baseball team. This is what they are. Because again, dating back to last August, it's like, oh, they've been doing this exact same fucking thing, again, it's the consistency of being what they are right now. It's very interesting to see, oh, this is what the Detroit Tigers sort of are at this point, unless they fall apart after the All-Star break. It's like, oh, nope, this is just kind of what they are. They're a very tough team to play. They're an obnoxious baseball team. They pitch extremely well 90% of the time, and the offense seems to have different ways to beat you. Can't wait. See you next time, Jonathan. I'll be live tomorrow. Same here, Wade. I think a lot of people, I think we're having a real good year. We'll be live. I'll be on time tomorrow. I do apologize for missing so much of this game. I was taking care. I was doing a few things before I was able to start. See you later, Mako. You have a good night. 6:40 tomorrow. We'll be live. Wednesday, I might actually have to miss that game. I might be too busy to go to this. I might have. I actually, I don't know. I think I might be home by the time my. Let me look. I can look right now. I might be late to Wednesday too. At the latest, at the worst. Thursday's interesting. Oh, never mind. I actually should be there. Never mind. I should be here. Unless something crazy happens Wednesday. I should be here. All right, everyone. I appreciate y'all. Have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching the game. We'll be live again tomorrow. As always, thank you for watching. Go Lions, go Patriots, and of course, as always, go Tigers. See you next time. Peace out, and bye-bye.